Hello and welcome to One Club Champ. My name is Gary and welcome to my Hemel Hempstead save, where we take our Hemel team from the Vanarama National South, hopefully to the Premier League and European glory. In this final episode of the season, it has come down to the last day. We are sitting in second place. We need to win and we need Wealdstone to lose or draw. Let's see what happens. So here we are, it has come down to the final day of the season. Let's go to the league table and see how we pretty much threw it away with one game to go. So we've played 45 games, we have won 26, we have drawn 11, lost 8, scored 77 goals, which is a league high. We've let in 40 goals with a goal difference of 37, and we are on 89 points. As you can see here in the form table, we have won 4 of the last 5, and in our last game, we lost to the relegated Truro, which meant that now Wealdstone have a 1-point lead going into the final day of the season. In this final game, we are playing, I believe it is against Dover, Wealdstone are playing against Dover. We are playing against mid-table Oxford City, so they really don't have much to play for. Let's go into our schedule so you can see kind of what has happened this season. As you can see, through April, a 0-0 draw with Welling, and then 4 games on the bounce with a 3-1 win against Chelmsford, a 2-1 win against Concord, a 3-1 win against Slough, a 2-0 win against Hungerford, and then I'm just thinking, you know what? Let's just pick up 3 points against Truro. They've already been relegated. And that way we go into the final game, but no. We threw out a stinker on this one. Reece Shirley scores a hat-trick. He'd only scored 7 goals, and then he goes and bangs a hat-trick in against us, who, we were top of the table and they're already relegated. Proper FM stuff, right? Where you're expecting to win, and then it's the type of game where you're like, it makes no sense. So here it is. We go into the final day of the season needing to win against Oxford City, and we need Wealdstone to either draw or lose against Dover. So let's go and just have a quick check-up, I guess, with the squad and the tactics, just to kind of let you know how we're doing. Rakesh Bingham has a great season. He's on 7.43 as an average rating, scored 15 league goals in 32 games, and he's up there for player of the season. We've got Thiago Kuka, who has scored 26 goals in 39 appearances. A little bit lower on the average rating compared to Rakesh Bingham, but still top goal scorer in the league. We've got Kieran Mitchell on 9 goals. We've got Ben Elliott on 4 goals. Noam Emram has just started coming into form here. His last 5 games had a 7.06 rating. Rakesh Bingham is bang on form with 7.9. And then this is pretty much it. Got Boys, Alawu, Wisdom and Naya in the back 4. We've got Mitchell, Nidam, Elliott and Emeran as the midfield, and then Kuka and Bingham as the 2 forwards. Blondie Nuku is a sub-goalkeeper, and I'm going to play a sub-goalkeeper on the bench with Ryan Alibiosu, Rio Kyrie Mayton. I can't even pronounce his name. Kyrie Mayton. We picked him up as a free transfer from Spurs. He's come in, he's got a lot of prospect, or a lot of potential, kind of 4 to 5 star potential as a centre midfielder. He's tiny at 5'3", but he's got technique of 15, determination of 17, aggression of 15. So I like a lot of those things. And again, free transfer, so he might be good. We got Keon Edwards, who's had an okay season. He's scored 5 league goals. He's still figuring out whether he wants to play in this inverted winger role or as a main forward. And then Jezreel Davies on loan from Dunfermline, who's had a pretty steady season in centre midfield for us. So this is it. It has come down to the last game of the season. As you can see here, 45 games played, 89 points, and Wealdstone have 90. Now, again, I just want to go back into this league table and just show you something. Last season, 78 points would have won you the title. 78 points would have beaten Braintree in the first position. And this year, Wealdstone are on 90 and we're on 89, and it's not been enough for us. That last loss against Truro really could mean that we are in the playoffs. So here we go. We need a win. We need Wealdstone to lose. Let's see what happens in this game. A whole season comes down to just one game. All right, we want to see, yes, absolutely, marked improvement from the last game. And let's just tell them that we know that they are capable. Here we go. The Tudors walking out for the final time in the regular season. And let's just pause it right here. Let's set this up. We want get rid of the visualizer and let's have a look at the league table, and we'll get rid of the average positions and we will look at the latest scores. These are the things that we are going to need to know going into this final game. Come on, the Tudors. Okay, 1 minute in. First highlight comes to the Tudors. Nidam in, and it has been headed clear. It's out to Elliot. Noam Emran on the edge of the box. Elliot feeds it back into Andre Wisdom. Back out to Naya. Back into Elliot. And Elliot with a clipped ball over the top, and Kieran Mitchell is in. He's cut it back. He might be offside. Oh, I thought he was going to be offside. Not entirely sure how that didn't go in. Okay, corner. Elliot to whip it in. Thiago Kuko heads it over. And that's two opportunities within 90 seconds to take the lead. In the other game, we've got Wealdstone, who are still drawing, but it's still early days, isn't it? Alawu clears the ball, thumped clear, headed back, and Kieran Mitchell is now going down that left flank. Into the box he goes. What? Come on, boys. Make it count. How have we not scored? 5 shots, none on target, and that probably says a lot about it. Here we go. Banged upfield again, and it's headed clear. Ben Elliott gets the header out, and the highlight dies with a throw-in. 71% possession to their 27. We are all over Oxford City. Still no score from the Dover and Wealdstone game. And we are now coming up to just 15 minutes in. Come on, boys. I feel like we had a massive opportunity there. The XG is saying that we really should be 1-0 up. And Dover have taken the lead against Wealdstone, and we are top of the league on goal difference. Based, if the scores were to finish right now, we would be promoted into the Vanarama National. But Wealdstone have now equalised, and they are now going up via 1 point. 1 point difference. Come on, boys. We really need to get ourselves a goal here. Okay, Alawu into Nidam, into Boys. Clips it into Bingham, and Bingham is in. And he's inexplicably put it wide. That's crazy. A guy on top form, one-on-one with a goalkeeper, and it's 0-0 at half-time. And looking at the XG, we really should be winning this game. Now, what to say? Yeah, keep it going, right? That's what we've got to say. Point the finger, keep it going. Let's tell the attackers that we keep it going. They've got the ability. Well, we've had some golden opportunities, and we just haven't managed to stick one of those chances away. Only 3 on target out of the 13 that we've had. And so Dover and Wealdstone are still drawing 1-1. If we can nab ourselves a goal, that would be huge. Come on, boys. Okay, let's encourage the team. Emran isn't really doing the business. He's got 6.6. And now Wealdstone have taken the lead, and that pretty much will mean that we will not go into the playoffs unless we score and Dover get an equaliser. Long throw from Harry Boys coming here. Into Bingham. Clips it back to Harry Boys, who crosses it in, and Alawu is there. Back post. It's not offside, and we are winning. It's 1-0. We have taken the lead against Oxford City. That's exactly what we needed. Long throw in, and Bingham brings it down. clips it back out to Harry Boys, who whips it the back post on Alawu. The centre-back is up there unmarked, and that is just meat and drink for the centre-back. So we need Dover here to get Dover to score. Long throw in, it's headed clear, and Oxford City are on the break. Oxford City possessing the ball in the back, and then they've clipped it back up, and Alawu has dealt with that very easily. Rakesh Bingham into Thiago Kuka, and Kuka hits the bar. And then Oxford City are now back out of trouble. Let's pause it right here. So the dugout is saying Thiago Kuka is given all that he can give. So let's sub him out. And let's bring on young Kayan Edwards. And what is his preferred role as a forward? Let's have a look. That's Rakesh Bingham. Let's throw him as an advanced forward on attack role. 10 minutes to go. Oh, wow. Hold up. And Wealdstone have gone and scored two more goals. It is 4-1 to Wealdstone. And that is pretty much it, right? That is pretty much it. We have been, even if we win this game 1-0, Wealdstone are not going to relent a 4-1 lead. 4-2. Ben Elliott whips it in, headed clear, and now Oxford City are on the break in the last 2 minutes, and Naya cleans it up. Solberg smashes it up, and it's headed clear by the Oxford City centre-back. Alawu clips it into Solberg, who again, that's a really bad pass. Back out to Carroll. Oh, boys, we're doing a lot of defending here. Let's just drop this into balanced. Headed clear. Disappointment here. We did what we needed to do. We beat Oxford City 1-0. But Wealdstone, unfortunately, Wealdstone have also gone and won their final game of the season. And that's as tight as it can be. After an entire season, it's come down to a 1 point difference. And that loss to the already relegated Truro has consigned us to the playoffs again for a second season in a row. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Not the final league table that we were hoping for. After 46 games, we have missed out on a promotion spot by 1 point. And there you go. That is what happens with FM. Hopefully, we can get up through the playoffs, and let's see if we can get ourselves from the Vanarama National South into the Vanarama National. Otherwise, it's another season back in the same league we started in, 3 seasons in. Thank you for watching. Let's go to Tudors. Okay, so I couldn't resist making one final more recording. So we made it into the playoffs, as you know, because even though we won our last game of the season, Wealdstone managed to win theirs, and so that meant we finished second. We just beat Chippenham, beat him 2-0. In the extra time it took us to get through to the final. So we now play in the Vanarama South playoff final against Billericay. And Billericay, they finished in 3rd place in the league table. Here they are, they finished on 82 points. We finished on 92. And so here we go. It is the playoff final. 1 game to decide whether we get promoted or we don't. I don't know. I mean, it's a whole season on 1 game. Thiago Kuka and Bingham start up top. Kieran Mitchell, Nidam and Elliott in midfield with Emeran in the inverted winger role. Boys, Alawu, Wisdom and Naya in the back 4 and Solberg in goal. And here we go. This is it. This could be Nidam's, well, it probably is Nidam's last game for the club. But there are a few boys in this team that won't be staying if we don't get promoted. Pretty certain Thiago Kuka is going to want to leave, and maybe even Rakesh Bingham too. All right, let's tell them to carry on their last performance into today's game. And we're going to say to the defense to make them proud. So here we go. Playoff final. And it's a kind of a weird setup in Vanarama National South. You have this seeded setup. So there are 6 teams that make the playoffs. The top 2, so if you finish second and third, you get an automatic bye. And then the other 4 teams play out in a kind of a play-in game to get to the semi-final, of which we then had to play away from home against Chippenham, which kind of gave Chippenham a bit of an advantage, right? So we dispatched of those. It took us extra time to do it, but now we have Billericay, who finished third in the first 10 minutes of the game. It's a pretty tight affair here. We haven't had one highlight. They've had more possession than us, which is a little concerning. And we've just got to hope that we can squeeze this one over the line and get ourselves up into the Vanarama National. Now, for those of you that want to know about what's going on in the rest of the FM world in this save, Watford, my team, have just been relegated from the Championship. They got relegated from the Premier League in the first season, and then second season they've gone down. So they've been relegated back-to-back seasons and now find themselves in League One, still with some really good players like Ismail Assar and Dennis and a bunch of other players. Incredible. So anyway, Hemel Hempstead here, back to this game. It's not much going on. We've had one highlight of which Rakesh Bingham missed his chance, and it looks like it might be going 0-0 into half time. And I've spoken too soon. Okay, Andre Wisdom into Nidam. Alawu brings it forward and clips it up, and they're back 4 win it. Through ball. He's 1-on-1 with a goalkeeper, and he has placed that ball underneath the goalkeeper, and Billericay have taken a 1-0 lead against us. That is not what we wanted. Okay. Deary me. Well, we are 1-0 down, even though we've got the higher XG, and I think it's time for us. I don't know whether we need to throw the bottle, but I think we can thrash our arms and make that statement of what was that, get your act together. Up front, you have not been good enough in the final third, and let's tell the midfield to step it up, and let's tell the back line to step it up. And let's go into our tactics here. Tristan Nidam is very frustrated, and there's not much else we can say about that. Well, let's get into the second half. It is a massive second half for us. We need to not only score, but we need to get 2 goals in order to get into the Vanarama National. Midfield are having an absolute stinker here, and of course they save it for the biggest game of the season. Not much is going. Here we go. We've got a highlight. Which way is it going to go? Free kick to Billericay. Can we nab the ball and counter? That is what we're looking for. Trying to win that ball back. Great save by Solberg. That is a massive save. We need to change something here. Okay, maybe not. Throw in to Hemel, into Thiago Kuka, Niam, into Emeran. Bit of magic would be great. Nidam, into Emeran. Drops it back into Wisdom. Wisdom, into Emeran again, into Elliot. And Elliot has lost possession of the ball. It's been pumped clear. And it's a foot race between Andre Wisdom and their forward. Solberg clips it out to Naya. Smashes it up, and it's headed clear by their chambers. And we've won the ball back again, but no, it's been turned over. And this, my word, they have hit the crossbar and post after it looked like Naya got nutmegged. Okay, time to pause this game right here because we are going out as it stands. Kieran Mitchell is going to come off, and we are going to throw on James Dobson here and give him the winger role. And let's see who else. No one's really playing really well here, are they? Naya is there. Let's take Naya off, and we'll bring on Alibiosu. Boys, we need to step it up here. We need to try and get an equaliser. We are losing 1-0 with 20 minutes to go. And I don't really want to take off this partnership of Kuka and Bingham, but I might have to. Tristan Nydam has had everything, is given everything to the game, so I think we're going to take him off. It is a free kick to Billericay, and he's clipped it into Solberg. 10 minutes to go. Solberg launches it forward, and it's Thiago Kuka into Bingham, and Bingham clips it forward. Dickerson, long ball over the top. Alawu into Boys. If we can get a goal here, this would be great. Dobson off the bench, clips it in, and Bingham is on the edge of the 18-yard box, clips it back into Dobson, into Davies, into Boys, who clips it into the box, and that's a massive chance for Thiago Kuka. He's offside anyway. Okay, pause. We need to change something here. We don't have any real choices off the bench. It's time to go with Emran up here, inverted. Let's go inside forward, give him the attack. Let's get Dobson up here as a winger. We need to go a bit more direct here. Okay. 5 minutes to go, and we need to get an equaliser. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. It looks like we're going to lose in the playoff final. It's in the 91st minute, and Dobson has stripped the ball from the fullback, Thiago Kuka, and Bingham just wastes the opportunity, and there goes the final whistle. And Hemel Hempstead have made the playoffs in 2 years in a row and lost again. Well, there you go. What a disappointing season after finishing with 92 points. Missing out on promotion on the last day of the season by 1 point. We make it to the final and then lose. Well, that's FM for you. We'll be back again for the third season, see if we can get Hemel Hempstead out of the Vanarama National South. Up the Tudors.